going to talk about the solar funnel cooker today, and I appreciate those who are recording this so others can see it too. Actually, we'll start with one that's already working, put together and working. And this is the funnel. It uses a simple windshield reflector like this one, and it's put together to form a funnel. I'll show you how to do that. Let's go through all the parts as they're working here now. There's an oven bag. Don't use a plain polyethylene bag, it'll melt. The jar in here is very hot. I use a canning jar. You can use a small pot. This is pretty good. It's a little big for this funnel, but it's the right idea. Dark blue enamel is good. You don't have to paint that. It's already dark blue. The canning jar I painted black on the outside, and flat black. And Krylon barbecue paint is really good. So we've got the oven safe bag, the jar painted black on the outside, very hot right now. It's been in for about 40 minutes, 50 minutes almost. Now below that is a grill. Jack, there's a round grill over there on the table.
There's one right there, Steve.
Oh, is there one here?
Mm-hmm.
All right, like this one. So round grills, square grills work. They're a little easier to find the square ones for some reason. I picked up some at the grocery store yesterday, but the round grill is perfect because it helps keep the shape a round shape. And then down at the bottom of the funnel, as you make a funnel, there's an opening. You want to cover that with a reflector. You can put a mirror there. I just use a simple piece of aluminum foil that I shaped into a bit of a bowl, and that's your solar funnel cooker. And you put food in the canning jar or the cooking pot, and it cooks in about an hour and a half. Just leave it for an hour and a half. I've never burnt any food. Sometimes the potatoes, if they're touching the side of the jar, they'll get browned, but you know, works. Bread works in there. No more than a third of the jar should be filled with bread because it expands so much. And so now let's show how to put this together. So here's it's just a simple auto shade. The bubble pack kind is good. Here's another one. Let's come over and look at this one. This uses the bubble pack. Same system. Oven safe bag, jar, very hot. Round grill, square works, and reflector at the bottom. Now let me show you how to put this together. You want this to be fairly rigid. See, we've got a good breeze blowing today, a good strong breeze. And I've done a little trick here. I've attached to a pole, hooked to a pole, a tree, a stake in the ground, just so that the wind doesn't knock this over. That's important. You point it at the sun, more or less, and you don't even have to have it perfect. You know, this is not, the axis should be right at the sun. It's pretty good. You can kind of tell. You put your hand in here, it's very warm. Don't stand in front of it when you put your hand in there. Put your hand in here and you can feel. Try that, Jack. Just put your hand right in there. And feel the warmth of it. And then if you touch the jar. Now I sent over 200 of these to Haiti. And the fellow there who is distributing them at the orphanage, he said that he had to show the Haitians, he had to get them to touch the jar while it was in the sun so they believe it's very hot. And then he had rice cooking, and after it cooked, he opened. You have to use gloves now to open it. Dark glasses to protect your eyes, as there are stray reflections. And anyway, he opened the jar and actually fed the Haitians some of the rice, hot steamy rice, and then they believed that you could cook with the sun. So they must be from Missouri as well. So we start with this, and we simply bring this together. Now if we call this side A and this side B, we're just going to bring side A and B together to form the funnel. See? That's all there is to it. Now let's do that one more time. People, they ask me, how did you do that funnel again? It's very easy. You go like this. Now you'll notice there's some creases, always from the out edge towards the center of the hole. That helps it to fold. So when I get a new one of these, I trim this. You don't even have to trim it. Bright sun. But what you do is you crease it. You point right towards the bottom here, see? The bottom. And you crease it. and you crease it. And again, the more it's already creased here. And then the more rigid the bubble pack is better than the real flimsy kind. I would recommend bubble pack or this new style that is, as you can see there, that works real well too. It's rigid. That's what you want. And so once you've done this, then it makes it so it's easier to form into the funnel shape. Okay, then you put it in a bucket. See these little buckets? I picked these up at Walmart, $1.50 each. A 5-gallon bucket works pretty good. Is that a 5 gallons? Let me just show you here. Put that in there. Now you're ready to hook these together. And I use just a simple little wire brad. Works great. There, you can use a bolt and a screw if you want, or tape, Velcro. Some people use Velcro. If I get you to hold this just for a minute for me, I'll hook this together. See if I can find that hole. There it is. And you can see on these, if you don't, and then 2, 3. I do three of these. There's one down at the bottom. I won't bother with it right now. It's very easy to do. Then you put your grill in. Let me show you one other thing. This is the style that went to Haiti. And would you grab that round, Sean? The round white. That's it. Both those. Here's a couple more of these bases. Remember the reflector on the bottom. We sent those to Haiti to make sure we would not forget. See, that makes a nice funnel cooker. This is the one that went to Haiti, just almost identical to this. But these, I purchased a large roll. This is aluminized mylar. That's probably what this is too. It's an aluminized product. You can see the grill on the bottom, and just a simple reflector down at the bottom. That's all you need.
So the square ones work okay too?
The square ones work okay. This one just has water in it. It's pretty hot. I wanted to demonstrate that you can pasteurize water quite easily in these, and food. The other one has steak cut up into littler pieces, you know, about 1 inch square roughly, so that cooks faster. You don't just put a big slab of steak, you cut it up. And cut up potato and cut up carrots in that one, plus some tomatoes. A windy day like this where it's really quite windy, now we can form this into a funnel again quite easily. And by the way, if you don't trim the edges, then you overlap by about that much. And there's your funnel, and you put the back towards the sun like that. See how the wind catches that? That's why I wouldn't recommend this particular style. I would go with either the bubble pack or this style here that's more rigid, and you can feel it before you buy it if it's flimsy or if it's going to be more rigid.